All right, and welcome to one more edition of Boxing. I got it there. Just getting set up here. All right, all right. So basically today, I'm doing just this live stream because I didn't have really much time. I don't feel like editing or anything. So we're just gonna get it. We're just gonna get it in today real quick. So, like the title said, um, Golovkin seems to be a little butthurt today. He did a media conference. So yeah, let's review some of the shit he said. All right. So let's see. One of the most things that stood out says that Canelo Alvarez is horrible for boxing. All right, let's scroll down here. All right. So basically, Fight Hub did most of this article. I got it on from 24/7. I didn't actually see the actual press conference. I'm just going off of what's for the here and what they put on here. So bear with me while we do this. So when I asked about Canelo Alvarez to choose, when they asked him about Canelo's choice to fight Sergey on November 2nd rather than facing him on a trilogy on September 14th on Mexican Independence Day, he said, no, this is a surprise. Nobody understands why. Of course, he wants to fight against Kulov. He talks with him. We had business for September 14th. He said, no, it's finished. I forgot him, and I went on my road, my generation, and I had a good experience the last couple of years. I know this guy. I know his promotion. Look right now, every time bad situation. He said no. Okay, because I know this guy. I don't understand who supports this guy for business or anything. I have experience and I have partners and relationship with the zone, said Golovkin. Okay. So Golovkin kind of reminds me of a Mexican character, comedian, Cantinfla. He had this ability of talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. But if you really paid close attention to what he was saying, he really wasn't saying anything. He was just going around and around in circles. So that's kind of like how I feel like when I read this, because I did not understand one single thing he was saying. But let's continue. It says it's better if I have fight with Canelo, said Golovkin. He's not coming like last time. He's no problem. I have a lot of guys, great champions, and I have a lot of options. Right now, I work with great people. Eddie Hearns with corporations. Why not? I have a lot of good ideas for future. Let me stop right there before I continue. So it's funny how he says he has a lot of options and a lot of champions that he could fight. But then how the hell do you end up fighting? What was the guy name? Steve Rolls. How the hell do you end up fighting Steve Rolls if you have so much competition? Like, I feel like you should already have like a belt or some shit to this extent. But I don't know. Like, you should be fighting Demetrius. You should maybe giving Jacobs a rematch. Uh, how about Charlo? I don't hear you mentioning these names. All you got is Canelo's name stuck on your in your mouth. Right now, I feel so strong. He knows I've had a lot of sparring. If he says it's better for him to fight Sergey, okay. If he doesn't want what people want, if he doesn't want to fight with me like last, he knows we had a good contract with DAZN and good options for this September and last September. He doesn't want. That's okay. Nobody supports. Nobody like fans like people from his business. He showed his face. He talks really bad about his promoter, his matchmaker, and his manager. I don't want to touch these guys. It's not for me. I told you my situation right now with DAZN is good. If we have a fight, this is a good business because it's business. Crazy business. If he doesn't like fight, not yet. I forgot. Seth Golovkin. Like I said, don't understand half the shit that he's saying. But he should not be, he should not be quick to be pointing the finger at, what Canelo's doing about his team because we all know the situation with Abel Sanchez and how he fired him over money. So you should not be talking. Like, seriously. Alright, let's keep going down here. He said there's a lot at stake. There's a little more scary Golovkin about when he refers to the fight with Dermachenko. I have complete different boxing IQ with a new trainer, Jonathan Banks. I'll show you October 5th. I'm not changing 100% because it's impossible to change 2 to 3 months completely. He brings a lot of ideas. I feel right now much better, said Golovkin. All right. All right. He goes on to say, when asked if beats Canelo, he says two different guys. Golovkin is probably the same weight but taller. Canelo, he feels very good for his weight. Not like Golovkin. Yes, no for both. Okay. A lot of points from Sergey's side and a lot of points from Canelo's side. I agree with it. So I agree. This is so good for boxing fans. This is so interesting. I like this for Golovkin because it's so much money. This is a good deal for him. So he's got more bonus for this fight. I like this fight because he really helps Sergey. So I'm pretty sure the zone probably told Golovkin not to talk down the fight too much, because they also got a lot of writing on this. So they probably told him to shut the fuck up about some shit and not to downplay the fight. That's why I feel he probably said that the fight is going to be a good fight. So I don't know. That's my opinion. All right, let's see what else he goes on to say. All right. There was another article. Let's see. I feel like I lose momentum, and I feel like a champion, said Golovkin. I come back for all my titles. This is a championship fight. I feel great. I have known him, Lebedchenko, for a long time, and I remember him from the 2008 Olympics. He represented the 2008 Ukraine team, and he still looks good and he looks strong. He didn't lose fight in the WSB. He's so good. A couple of years, he's the official time for the IBF title. I feel he brings a lot of bonus with his boxing style. He opened my eyes for different. I feel very comfortable with him, and you're talking about the IBF and IBL titles. Okay? So if that was the case, how come you didn't want to fight him before? You remember when you gave up the belt and you didn't want to fight him? Uh, yeah, I remember you didn't want to fight him. So I don't. This fight should have happened a couple of years back or something. So I don't know. But let's see. He goes on to say, "I'm very happy that I can do that right now. It's the situation because Canelo refused to fight. We're supposed to have a fight in September. He's not supposed to. Like, there's no motherfucking contract signed, motherfucker. There's no supposed. You know what I'm saying? Fuck." Let's see. This is the reality of the situation that we should talk about. I have to be ready for anything. As you've seen in the last couple of fights, he has a good career behind him, said Triple G. This guy's ready for everything, so I have to be ready for everything. Okay. If I would follow up that in talking about other champions and other titles, if you remember Golovkin championship run, the others champions absolutely refused to fight him, said Golovkin. If you remember, one of them, Canelo, vacated the WC so Felix Sturman, Sergio Martinez, or whoever, Canelo wouldn't fight him as champion. So now they're trying to reminisce on the times, when Golovkin was like avoiding all that shit, like, which I feel like is bullshit. Like, man, let's talk about the now. Like, you ain't being avoided now. Plenty of motherfuckers out there want to fight you, besides Canelo. So, it's whatever. Uh, I don't really want to give too much into this one because the article just goes back and forth with what he was saying earlier. Um, Last thing I want to, when it comes to the Golovkin interview, he did mention that he'd be willing to fight at 168. Now that would be actually kind of intriguing to see, because I wonder who he would face and what he would do. I feel him and Smith will make a good fight. Um, Shit, him and Benavidez, if he wins this Saturday, that'll make a good fight. So yeah, he does have a few options in that shit, but I don't know if he's gonna take those options because I feel both of those people that I named probably beat Golovkin, my opinion. And in the interview, he was actually making excuses for himself already, saying that he's a small guy and this and that and blah blah blah, boo boo boo. But it's whatever. Last thing I got for you guys, like I had mentioned before, um, Daniel Jacobs and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. are in the works for December 13th. So that should be an interesting fight. I got Jacobs probably winning that fight easily, but you never know. You never know what Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Will show up. He has had good fights in the past, so like I said, and he keeps saying he's very determined and very focused. So who knows? We'll see what happens with this one. And let's see. And basically, the last thing I got for you guys. Now I know I said that was the one, but I also want to hit the Errol Spence topic. Um, it says here he's talking about basically about how Canelo tires out in the end of the rounds and how he feels that in a fight with Canelo he'll probably outwork him and all this and that. I personally, I personally agree for the most part because Canelo does wear out towards the end of the fights. He fights in spurts. We all know that. He likes to take breaks. If you pressure him and make him fight, you know, he tends to kind of break down a little. So, I think if that fight ever does happen, which I don't know, I just don't think it will. I don't think Canelo will ever want it. Well, who knows? But if that fight does happen, I would probably favor Spence to win that fight. I just like his style. Um, I like how he uses his jab and body work. So it'll be an interesting fight if it actually does go down. But this is basically what I have for you guys. Thank you for joining me on my basically first official live. Like I said, I was just being lazy. But I also want to remind you I probably will be going live this Saturday for the Errol Spence Porter fight. I will be giving you guys play by play, watching the fight. I'm not going to show the fight, obviously. I'm not trying to get in trouble with YouTube. But I will be watching it. Hopefully, you guys can join me. We can talk about the fight as it happens and have a blast, like all fight nights should be. Well, I'll leave you guys for tonight. You guys have a blessed day. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel like always. Peace.